let us discuss the question. You've got quarterback Tua Tagovailoa headed to Atlanta. What exactly are the Falcons doing here? Is this an upgrade? Seriously. So I've got Island Life, we've got canned spam, and Fisher Price. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to pinky swear this will be the greatest monologue ever broadcast overnight on Fox Sports Radio on this day. And if it's not, then I'm going to blame Mike Harmon, who I just saw walk out of the building. All right, so the Falcons, to answer the question, what exactly are the Falcons doing here? It's a box-checking exercise. That's my theory. It's a box-checking exercise. Ergo, Tua checks not one, not two, but three boxes. All right, for Atlanta. He's cheap, he's available, and he's got a pulse. We think he's breathing. So that's it. Boom. Rat-a-tat-tat. There you go. That's the bar. That's the bar for the Atlanta Falcons. And he comes with a warning label, buyer beware. Buyer beware. Numbers are misleading. Stats are misleading. And so this continues what apparently is the new franchise charter in Georgia there. The Atlanta football team there. They've turned now to the Island Life. The Island Life. What does that mean? Well, the Island of Lost Souls. They go play for the Falcons. Come on. Come one. Come all. Fun for all ages there. Falcon football, unless you're actually watching them, you can reinvent yourself, rejuvenate your career in the Peach State, unless that doesn't happen. But Tua, go down there, hang out, get some of that jerk chicken, that good Southern food there, get some collard greens, some grits, and cornbread and all the other great foods they have there, and enjoy that because you're not going to enjoy playing quarterback for the Falcons very much. Now, I will tell you, on a tablet, if you look at a tablet and use your imagination, you can be Benny Brightside. You look at it, you're like, well, this looks pretty good. You've got a dome stadium, a division filled with southern teams, so it's not your northeastern cold or upper midwestern cold weather. Playmakers in Drake London and Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts up the wazoo for Tua. So you got that. That's the kind of lineup that on a tablet looks pretty good. It looks gorgeous. The sales pitch, listen, this is the way to do it. These guys are all young and hungry in the prime of their careers, or not even in the prime of their careers, some of these guys. Now, the reality is the scouting report on Tua says keep your distance. Keep your distance here. It's one of those moves that looks better than it is from the hallway outside the theater, right? Outside the theater, like, well, that's pretty good. Outside the stadium, like, oh, that's not bad. That's not a bad move. However, when you sit down at your seat and watch it, you realize it's a low-budget student film is what it is. Now, the plot twist here is this. Atlanta now has two lefties at quarterback. They're going all left-handed there. Tua and Michael Penix Jr., who for some reason the Falcons drafted in the first round because they're a bunch of country bumpkins. And that worked out really well. That was great. They should have drafted Tommy in Atlanta. Our caller and listener in Atlanta, Tommy, would have been better off there. But apparently the Falcons are running the southpaw offense, which explains a lot. Now, keeping the theme going here, but turning the page, on the Miami side of things. So the Dolphins were so desperate to get rid of Tua. How desperate were they? Thanks for asking. They were so desperate that they are going to take the greatest salary cap ding in the history of the salary cap. $99.2 million. Do you understand how much one must suck and blow to have a team say, rather than keep you, we would rather take a hit of $99.2 million. Now, we are told that will be spread like chunky peanut butter over a couple of years. So starting this year, $67.4 million. Then the following year, $31.8 million of dead charges And the Dolphins will have to deal with that. And, they are. Oh, they are. So Miami hosted a 1-minute sizzle reel as Tua was fired from his job. Well, I guess laid off. You get $99 million. You're not really fired. You're laid off. So the Dolphins sent out this sizzle reel. I mean, you saw it or not. It happened when I was sleeping. I saw it when I woke up. And I wanted to talk about that. So the question, why did the Miami Dolphins, a multi-billion-dollar football team, post a highlight video of a guy in Tua Tagovailoa who they are going to pay $99 million to not have on their roster? So what are you doing? Now, this made me want to vomit. Not the vomit comment. I just wanted to vomit, right? Like it's not just dysfunction with the Dolphins. I mean, they got that going for them too. The D in Dolphins also works for dysfunction. But it's a sub-basement level of loserdom. So you go to the basement, and then you go below the basement, and that's loserdom. There's a portal right under there. And you go in there, and that's the portal. You're posting a thank you video for Tua Tagovailoa like he's Dan Marino. They didn't do that for Dan Marino because there was no social media when Dan Marino retired and all that. But the guy, Tua, just essentially pickpocketed the franchise, and you're left with a $99 million charge. He dined and ditched, and you, of course, escorted him out of the building. The biggest heist in NFL history. And the social media mods for the Miami Dolphins are out there, and they're treating Tua like he's some kind of war hero. What are you doing? Just quietly let him go. That's it. Say, hey, we effed up, and we'll move on. That's it. And Tua turned out to be a fake, a phony, and a fraud. And some people, I won't say who, that may or may not host an overnight show, tried to warn the Miami Dolphins. Did they listen? Hell no. They didn't listen. No, they did not. So Tua not only commits the perfect crime because he got all that money without a gun, without a knife, without a hand grenade, just the Duke, and that's it. So the Dolphins have already paid Tua, by my Maller math, $124 million to check the turf and see what's going on there for structural integrity as he throws the ball into the ground, and or better, into the ear hole of a receiver that wasn't looking for the ball. And now you're eating that $99 million cap hit there just to get him out of the building. That's an FBI situation is what that is here. This isn't the salary cap hit. That's a ransom payment is what that is. And Tua's got another $100-some million that he's going to be getting by the time this is all done. So he's got much more money. And for that, you got one playoff appearance and no playoff wins with Tua. He was also hurt quite a bit. That turned out to be his superpower. And he's shown to be, Tua, based on his relatively long NFL career, a front runner who collapses the very moment, the very split second, the temperature drops below 50 degrees. He literally turns into a popsicle. He's essentially just canned Spam under center, if you will, that cost $250 million. That's some very expensive canned Spam. That's what it is. And so that's what the Dolphins did. And they should have just posted a video of him leaving Miami and said, okay, happy days are here again. That's the only highlight that the Dolphins should have posted. That Tua left. And just erase everything else. All right, now, last word. So to the replacement we go. We already have his replacement. The new head coach, Jeff Hafley, has a deal with former Titans and Packers quarterback Malik Willis. Now, the overnight rumor was Willis was going to the Cardinals. The Dolphins supposedly stepped in and offered him a little bit more money, toss in the Florida taxes and saving some more money on top of that. So Malik Willis going to Miami. The question, what stands out? What stands out about Malik Willis, of all people, who's now the QB1 for the Miami Dolphins? So this is great. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is not that in Malik Willis. I think he'll be okay. I want to see if he can blossom. However, this moment, this little Polaroid captures the absurdity of the business of football, the economy of the NFL, and this is the bully pulpit where I have been screaming down from the bully pulpit about the salary cap is crap and all that stuff and going on and on and on. So this should end all debate. This should be the moment that ends all debate about those that preach at the altar of the salary cap. So Miami is paying a $99 million dead cap hit for Tua to go away. Okay, fine. We've established that. Get out of here, go away. So that's not a buyout. It's not a buyout. It's a yacht and a helipad. And they still owe a bunch of guaranteed money and all that. So, and somehow, with that amount of money tied up, they were still able to sign another quarterback. Like, you'd think the Dolphins would have to play with 10 players on the field. They wouldn't have to have full 11 on offense or defense. They'd have 10 on offense, 10 on defense, maybe only 9 on special teams. But no, they still found a way to get Malik Willis. Now, why is that? Because the cap is crap. Say it with me now, kids. Cap is crap. Cap is crap. That's right. It's all part of the Fisher-Price cash register that is the NFL salary cap. They even come with six little toy coins, blue, yellow, green, all those colors. And the salary cap, it's like the points on whose line is it anyway. None of it matters. None of it matters, right? And also Malik Willis, this is also a great thing about life in general. In sports, I don't know if this works anywhere else. He became more valuable, Malik Willis, by doing less. By not working that much, his value skyrocketed to the moon. To the moon. The last 2 years, he has started 3 more games than I have and you have. 3. That's it. The last 2 years, he's attempted 89 passes, Malik Willis. He's barely played. And, yeah, did he show a flicker here and there for Green Bay? Sure. Surrounded by competent grown-ups, he looked like he had some kind of a clue. And now he goes to the daycare center in Miami. And yet, it's like, well, he's a blue-chip stock waiting to happen. Okay, well, I hope he does well, but it certainly seems like quite the overpay. Meanwhile, you look at what the Dolphins' plan is, and we were discussing the Jets the other day, tanking for Arch Manning. Well, the Miami Dolphins, at this point, can we do a wellness check on Stevie Meatballs and some of our great Dolphin fans that are part of the show? Because it looks like an exclusion zone. You know, that 18-mile area around Chernobyl? That's the Dolphins, right? And here, Malik, there's a lot of nuclear stuff going on. We want you to blossom. We want you to blossom right there. So, radiation-soaked environment. That's the Dolphins. Good luck.